Welcome to the Insurance Company podcast, episode 3. Podcast is called The Roar and the Reason. I'm joined today by Tracy Pruiett. Tracy is a sales engineer within our equipment group and wanted to talk a little bit more about the equipment that we offer and how we offer it to clients. But I guess start off again as we talk about the Insurance Company. The Insurance Company is the parent company of Wadsworth Companies, Wadsworth Solutions, Wadsworth Service, Wadsworth Energy, Imperial Mechanical, Warner Mechanical, and Wave Electric. Today we're discussing Wadsworth Solutions, and Wadsworth Solutions is just that. It provides building solutions for our clients. We always like to say we look at the entire envelope of a building, and we provide the best world-class services and solutions to our clients. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you.
Really glad to have you here. I guess a little bit about you. I'd like to believe that you've been here forever, but I know that's not the case. How long have you been with Wadsworth now?
Just over 4 years now.
And prior to the 4 years, where were you at before that?
I was with the CES Group, a division of Young Supply.
Okay. And how long were you there?
I was just there a couple of years before Wadsworth got a hold of me.
Well, we're excited to have you. Now, hopefully this is your last job that you ever take.
Yeah, I thought, yes.
I think we've
I
had
hope
this
so.
discussion
I hope so.
a couple of times. Looking at your position, that you're not just a sales engineer. And the reason I say that is you carry the burden, the responsibility of also being a liaison to our end user sales group. And that is the group that works with the Wadsworth Service and Warner Mechanical and Imperial in putting projects together for our clients, HVAC projects, and ensuring that we have the right equipment. Mm-hmm. We've tried this in the past without people like yourself in this position, and I'd like to believe our success is so much better now that we have a liaison between our equipment group and the projects that we're performing.
I hope so.
It's quite a role. It's not just one role you play too, because you also do a lot of outside sales as well. So Tracy, let's talk about the equipment that we offer. I guess we'll start with the applied side, the applied mechanical side. I know that Dun & Bush is one of our primary lines, along with on the rooftop unit side, we offer Lennox.
As well as Dun & Bush, correct.
How does Dun & Bush compare to the open market with other manufacturers within the United States?
They can do everything all the other ones, the familiar names you can do. They're a 100-year-old company. They have everything from large chillers to small chillers, air-cooled, water-cooled, applied air handlers, custom air handlers, custom split systems. Yeah, there's not a lot they can't make to fit any particular specialty, any application, just about anything we can come up with. Most of the time they can do it.
So I believe we've had Dun & Bush in our portfolio for about 7 years now. And I can assure you that I know that we've put dozens and dozens of chillers out into the marketplace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And it's a great product. It really is. I've been very impressed. I went down to Florida, down to Homestead, and got a chance to look at the manufacturing facility, and they've come a long way. Definitely a player within the market. We've had a lot of success with them, and the pricing's pretty good as well. How about the Lennox side and the rooftop unit side? I know Lennox is pretty popular. They have been for 30 years I've been in the business.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They have a full line, 30 tons on down, from residential equipment all the way up to the light commercial and some little bit of applied equipment as well. They've recently partnered with Samsung and created another entity for VRF and mini splits. It's called Lennox, powered by Samsung.
Really?
And Samsung, as you know, has a wide lineup of VRF systems and mini split systems.
So when we talk about applied equipment, Tracy, I know there's air handlers. I know there's chillers. What am I missing on the applied side?
There's smaller components to it. VAV boxes, variable air volume boxes, fan-powered boxes that work with those larger custom air handlers and rooftops to complete the system. And then, of course, Wadsworth controls all of it.
Of course,
so,
yes.
They go together well.
Beautiful, great answer. I was also looking that you mentioned VRF, you mentioned rooftop units, and now applied equipment as a whole. How about the boiler side? I know we represent
Yes,
the
we
boiler
are
side.
also a manufacturer's rep for Raypak. And Raypak's been around forever, made here in California, in the States, so it's American made from top to bottom. And a very good product, well-known product, very reliable product. And we have started putting several of them, boilers out and some pool heaters out in the field.
I know we've done quite a few schools just in the last year.
Yes.
You know, that's not one here, too. It's 3 here.
Yes.
It's 5 here. We've put quite a few Raypak boilers out on the street and into projects for customers. Great product.
Yes.
I'm very pleased with it. The OEM controls, one thing I like is I'm a control guy. The one thing I like is that you can do master slave, and then you can have a master unit controlling the boiler, and then you can add 3 or 4, and you can slave the other units out and keep them as part of one system and one control philosophy or logic. So that's been very helpful. You mentioned boxes. I know on the fan power boxes, the VAV boxes. Who do we represent on that side of the house?
That would be Environmental Technologies, a JCI division, and as well as IEC, again, all made here in the States. And IEC is made out in Oklahoma. Wonderful product. They have cabinet heaters, fan coils, just about anything you need to handle air, as well as ETI. So we're lucky we have 2 of the top brands, top manufacturers, and we are representatives of both.
You know, we find ourselves, even especially when we get you involved in just about everything, we find ourselves having to go in and recondition air handling units and replacing dampers. Is there a particular damper that you, or damper manufacturer that you prefer, or?
I do. I prefer Tamco dampers.
Tamco.
Top of the line. They are top in their industry when it comes to dampers. Again, just about any kind of damper you need, damper configuration. They're all made to order, so you can make just about whatever you want. And they're very responsive, and I've never had any issues. It's just a wonderful damper. And again, it's a go-to.
Prior to you, I got to admit this. It's almost shameful, but without having a person in your position, I can't tell you how many times we've ordered dampers that we got them out to the field and they were wrong. So it's great having your expertise on staff, knowing that you're involved in the development process and design process, where we as a company, just like every other HVAC company, we make a lot less mistakes because we have somebody such as you as a sales engineer looking at these projects as well. Humidification. I know humidification is very popular in the state of
Yes.
Ohio, especially.
Yes.
What do we do on the humidification
Well,
side?
we're manufacturers rep for dry steam. Again, number one in the industry. And you say humidification, but as well as dehumidification. So we get to play both sides of that fence, which is wonderful. And it's a great product. We've done very well with that product. And we've got so much that we have dedicated inside salespersons, such as myself. We have dedicated ones to handle just that brand. That's how well we do with that brand, and how popular it is with the specifying engineers out in the field. And again, if it needs humidity, they make it.
You need to take humidity out, they make it.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's great to have that. We do a lot of work in data centers. We have a data center division
Yes, we
within
do.
Wadsworth, and we've used the product. It's very popular in the healthcare community as well.
Correct.
And we see a great need for it, and we've quoted it, we've sold it, and we've installed it, and not only that, we've maintained it now on the service side. I guess the last one I want to ask you about is the vertical stack units. Who are we working with on the vertical stack side?
Again, IEC and ETI, and these are the vertical stack units, are the things you find in the corner of your hotel room. Sometimes they're behind the wall and you only see the register with the air coming out of it, and sometimes they're standing in the corner. They might also be in a classroom, apartment buildings, very popular. Nice unit to solve the problem of a small space where you might not be able to, you don't have room for ductwork or a unit above a ceiling or anything like that. They take up very little floor space, they're very quiet, sit in the corner and do their thing. And it's a great solution for multi-family or multi-story buildings.
And who do we typically represent?
That's ETI and
That is the
IEC
ETI.
again.
So
Yes.
on the ETI side, if I'm not mistaken as well, I thought that we had a program that was in place that instead of ripping out the whole vertical unit, we have a reconditioning process that they have, that you're able to go in and recondition a unit in a portion of the time that it typically takes to do a rip and replace that
Correct.
system.
Correct.
We have a lot of clients out there that have a need. A lot of them don't know that
Mm-hmm.
they need us. A lot of them think that they typically have a cooling problem and they're not sure how to take care of that cooling problem.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably forecasting for a capital budget to replace them when in a lot of cases we don't have to replace them.
Sure.
We can go in there and take care of those units in a fraction of the time and recondition
Absolutely.
them and make them like new.
Absolutely.
Tracy, I just want to finish with saying what a breath of fresh air to have you in the company for 4 years. Like I said, I thought it was
Yep.
at least 10.
Well, it's fun. It's been fun. It continues to be fun. I love the interaction. I also like it's not day to day. Everything is something new, something different every day. We get to solve problems. I enjoy that. Some things are harder to do, and some things are easy to do. But with the deep bench that we have at Wadsworth, in knowledge and experience. I'm old, but I'm not one of the oldest guys here, that's for sure. And in my equipment group, there's 4 other guys that have a lot of experience as well. So it doesn't all fall on my shoulders. But we all have resources here, and it just gets deeper every time I turn around.
Well,
more experience to help.
It's people like you that make the continuity and the collaboration so much easier because we have a great working relationship between divisions, between companies, and at the end of the day, it benefits one person only, and that's our clients, right?
It helps. They have one phone call.
One call, one hand to shake, right? Tracy, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jeff.
Really appreciate you
Nice talking to you.
having you today, and thanks for joining us.
All right, very good.